you were born at XY, you have these issues. It is what it is. But the problem with a lot of us is, as women, they're the empathy and the still wanting the fairy tale of what patriarchy told us that we were supposed to have, what we're supposed to be, and what men are supposed to be to us. All you have to do is watch a goddamn movie or a damn show and see anything about love, and you will literally fall right back into the same mind frame. So yes, that is the reason why I hold my panels the way that I do, and I talk about these issues. Because women will still in their minds try to figure out a way to go right back to men. But when you dig this stuff up from the root and you help women understand, they're gonna always be this way. They've always been this way. These are their issues, and there's nothing that you can do to change them. That will help women, to me, a lot more with education about it and being able to walk away from it completely than thinking that, oh, I can meet a unicorn one day, because it's not gonna happen. It's just not. But welcome to the panel, Cupcake, Simply, and Paul.
Early, I just woke up. Good morning.
Morning.
I was confused about what Cat Flower said earlier, that men hold panels like this, that they panderers.
Yes, she did say men, okay.
Yes, he did. That's what I was going to say, right?
I'll say it again.
I heard her say that, right? But the part where I have pushed back on is the fact that that women have to tap into those narcissistic traits, right? In order to be on the same playing field with them, and that's not true. It all goes into learning them. You don't have to be narcissistic at all in any kind of way.
Parts of it, I think parts of some narcissists, not all narcissistic traits, but some parts will definitely be a reflection to them, sure. I don't think there's anything wrong.
But that's only if you plan on being with them. So it sounds like to me that you will be a person that will be like, okay, I'm going to still be with them. I just know how to, I just know I'm going to play the narcissistic game back with them. I don't even want to teach women that.
Okay. What I was saying was in regard to the young lady that was up here talking about the situation she was currently in. And I meant it in that, like, she should probably stop.
You're not here to coach women into being with men. Okay, that's not what we do.
Well, she said that she still loved her husband and stuff, so I was just suggesting that maybe she should just tap into what he's doing.
I'm gonna just go ahead and touch the pump. I just woke up, like I said, it's too early. To me, suppression of emotions and vulnerability actually be an issue of their prefrontal cortex being underused. I think it's underused and underdeveloped. It starts with it being underdeveloped, because it's like you said, right? You can teach your son everything about their emotions, how to handle them, how to process, how to talk about them, all of these things, right? But within himself, even without the outside influence, he's already going to feel like he can't do that. That's an internal thing. It starts there. And then once he gets outside, it's going, and he see how his friends act, and he see, he watch the shows and TV and see other men and everything like that. That is what's going to nurture that. It's going to, it's all in the biology and the social condition in your life. And we live in a world that continues to do that. So this is yet another way that they do not realize how the system that they love to uphold has harmed them. And that's exactly, like I said, the social conditioning. It's all within that. Because they can't process their own emotions, they can't help others regulate them. So that's my love 1-2.
I appreciate you, Cupcake. Thank you so much, Big Mimi, for being here.
But what about their emotions? Like, is so important to where we got to figure it out all the time. That's my point. Maybe my point is screwed.
Well, I think that the thing is, cat flower. I think that the thing is, there's a thing where what I'm doing is unpacking the lies that men have told women that keep them there.
What's going on, Jay man?
Like we can't cry, we can't be vulnerable, and I always wonder who's gonna give you a ticket or put you on parole or probation or put you in jail for showing emotion. Why is it so hard for you all to show emotion?
What's going on, Jay man? How you doing?
Since my mama was alive.
Peace and to you, my brother. How you doing? Oh, but you can't give me this. How much they only do. All right, I'm sorry about that, my brother. I didn't know I was on mute. Pete, Grand Rising. How's everyone doing? How's the family doing?
Good morning, good.
Oh, there's the queen. She's back. We missed you. J-Mac, quit making them mad.
I can get a little quiet.
Hey, look.
Get myself back to 3 suits. That's all.
Look, my sister. We all have to do that at times. That's the
People will
time.
pull you out of character for no reason at all sometimes.
That's the times we go within ourselves and search ourselves. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly what I had to do.
Look, you got me getting in my tank.
Remember, I can't let nobody take my peace joy. I work too hard for my peace joy.
You already know the way. You already been doing it all these years. Can't nobody come in and change that. You've been doing it too many years. Keep doing it the way you're doing it. Evidently it's working. And follow your spirit. Your spirit's gonna lead you right. That's what you've been following all your life. Keep following it. That's what's gonna lead you right. I'm in a TikTok chat and I'm sitting here listening to it. It's all these women who's downgrading men, and it's like that's downgrading your son. You're not trying to find what can change the situation. You're barely helping the situation because you're creating it in a way of separation. How can you separate? We all need one another. You know, man can't separate from women, women can't separate from men. We need one another. It was created that way. So to try to make oneself, I don't know, for me myself, I don't think no one wants to be alone. I think some people just choose to be alone because they just don't want to put up with others. They can't. They don't want to give in. They don't want to submit and humble themselves and become one. You know, I think that's the only problem we have. We just don't want to become one. You know, we don't know how. Because to become one means we got to think alike. And we always thought you ain't supposed to think like nobody else. Think for yourself. Every time we think for ourselves, we get in trouble. Because it's one way that really leads to peace. One way that really leads to goodness. To everything that we say we want. That way it's hard. It's narrow. You know, if you find it. And that's real talk. Alright, let me get out here in the streets and see what's going on. So, dear Matt, did you sleep good? Because you seem tired yesterday. You got your joy back? Why is it raining? It's raining like crazy out here. Wow. All right. Peace, 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 peace. Peace to everyone. Let me get this out and share this with others so we can start.
Brother Eli, what you doing in this full session?
What am I doing?
What you doing in this full session?
I'm sitting in my arcade right now because I'm on my computer as well. Wait, let me pause this because I'm going to be starting soon. All right, I gotta let me mute it. There we go. I got a conversation going on my stream that's coming from TikTok, which is a session of women who feel women should not be with men. Because they're angry. They've been hurt. And their way of dealing with the hurt is to have no dealings with a man, or I will give back to him what he has given to you. So it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you. But yet these women have sons, you know. So to say you don't want to deal with men is to say you don't want to deal with your sons that you create. To me, it's foolishness. It's all foolishness, and it all comes from a lack of willing to search oneself and find out what needs to change within them. Because once you see what needs to change in you, it'll lead you in the right way. And I don't know no people who really. I know people who say they like being alone, but they don't want to be alone. They might like it because of the peace that they have, but they don't want to be alone because no one wants to die alone. That's my thoughts. That's my opinion. You know, so I'm trying to listen to them and pray. Wow.
I want to do that. She wants to run it on the carpet and get the lint in the carpet and the pills. And they go pull that today. She didn't want to do that. Don't want to complain when my heart beats around the carpet. That's my fault. I tried to get the people to pull
If you're the gun, doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. That's how the stay capable of killing show you oftentimes death out of curiosity. And it becomes dangerous to be worthy to have some sort of form of power, whether it be individual or not, and not know what you're doing with it. Because on some level we all have power over each other. I can affect you, you can affect me. If you don't know how to navigate that relationship, then you are dangerous. And that's why I think most men are dangerous. Their inability to navigate the interpersonal relationship respectfully, especially when it comes to the terms of women, right? Because it bleeds into everything else. Men don't respect themselves, right? And men don't also respect women. But I don't ever think that it's because men specifically hate women. I think men are conditioned to not care about women. I think there's a level of inconsideration that comes along with that brainwashing that turns into such a inane disregard for the boundaries of women and the rights of women that it comes out as hate. The hate takes focus, and men are taught to focus. Men are taught to disregard, and they just look at me differently. But I don't know.
I think that you have to, and I don't mean no harm when I say this, but I always say this to people when I feel like they haven't even scratched the surface of the truth about men. You'll understand it by and by. When the older you get, the more you'll see that men know exactly what they're doing, and every time they will tell you that. If they really are a man that will admit it, they will tell you that they know exactly what they're doing. There's biological issues with men, and it's neurobiological issues that Y chromosome only has a certain amount of genes, and they're missing a lot. And then when you add in the social conditioning of men and the ego issues and the narcissism and the misogyny, it's a bad built situation for men. And on a spiritual level, I do think that there is some hatred and there is some disdain, seriously, for women, because being socialized one way is one thing, but getting to the point where you actively start taking women's lives, and they've been doing witch hunts on women for years in several different ways. And also because as women, we date men. A lot of us have been married to men. I have not. But the things that they do to us and to children is borderline evil. It really is. So I'm not of the thought, and I'm never going to relinquish my thought of what I know to be true about men. I've seen evil look me in my eye on top of me. That's not just a conditioning. That's a serious something's wrong there.
Oh yeah, and mind you, I wasn't even really touching on the extremes of like mattress stock, for example, or
not even just that. I'm just saying in general, when you said that you don't think that it's all these different things with men and all this stuff, I'm telling you, people who date men see a different truth that y'all don't see as men with each other, but every man knows it.
I have to 100% agree with my divinity, because there's things that has been revealed to me just being on TikTok and in these spaces that I didn't know about, because men wear the mask around other men. They don't want to present themselves as anything other than, I'm a good guy. I'm the person that defends and do all this other stuff. I'm like, no. I'm starting to really realize that men are absolutely dangerous, violent, and they have evil intent a lot of times. And they drain their partners. They drain the people that they're with, the women that they're with. And they even show videos where women have they're absent from men at one point, and they're completely glowing. They living their life. They look great, but then they show another portion of the video where they're in a relationship with men and they look completely different. They look stressed, drained, and unhappy. And a lot of times I tell women, anytime you're in a situation like that, walk away. There's no reason to sit there and try to do the tit for tat. You're going to lose. It's a bottomless pit when it comes to guys. Guys will stay in toxic relationships with women. They'll sit there and be like this, well, she's doing this and she's doing that. She's doing this. I'm like, damn, well, won't you leave? I love her. That really irritates me when I hear stuff like that. If you, at any point in time in a relationship where it no longer serves you, you can walk away. It's not like the 1940s, 50s, or whatever. You don't have to be in a subjugated position. He doesn't have to be in a position where he's unhappy. You can walk away and leave a toxic situation. It doesn't have to be tit for tat. Like I said, if a woman plays that game with the guy, it's an endless pit because it's ego. You will never be his ego. You'll never beat his ego. He'll defend it till he passes away. So there's no reason to even stick around or stay in it. I mean, my divinity knows my advice is always don't choose men, choose the bear. I mean, there's no reason to be in a subjugated position today. You have way more options now than you ever did before. So it's no reason to even stay in those situations.
I agree 1000%. My hope for women is just that I just want women to learn. I want women to stop. I wish more women could wake up to the truth. But I'm going to tell y'all something. The woman that came up here, Dolores, women like her who, we have to realize that
to technology information to
All right, so that's it. That was a good. I guess that was a good start for the day. Women hating on men, meaning that they hate on their fathers, their sons, their children. That would be like men hating on women when they come from women. I guess the question would be is, how do we get rid of the hate? Where does the hate come from? Why is there hate? Because according to all life, everything works together in an order. It all has an order that it works by, and as long as it works by that order, it seems to last forever. We, men and women, work against nature because we work against the order of life. Everything in life teaches us that man and woman should be one entity. Not two, but one. But it's a work that must be done. It's not something that just happened because you want it to happen. If the desire is there, that's a great thing. But to have it, to achieve it, to walk in it, you take upon yourself a responsibility. You take upon yourself a new way of life. Because to become one, you have to become the other person, and the other person has to become you. You have to intertwine with one another. I think that's why I see it somewhere that the body is no longer your body, but it's now his body. And his body is no longer his, but now yours, because the power is given to one another to work in coexistence with one another. The only way to work in coexistence with one another is that there is an agreement between one another. A lot of times we have the desire, but we're not willing to walk in the law of that commitment, because marriage is only a commitment. It's not a piece of paper. It's not standing in front of a judge. It's a man and a woman making a commitment to one another to go through life together, and then laying down with each other to solidate that commitment. Shouldn't even be laying with a person unless you're ready to commit. Because in laying with a person, there's a possibility that life can come out of it. See, a lot of things that happen, we put ourselves in because we don't think about it, or because we haven't been taught about it. It's wrong for a woman to hate men, and it's wrong for a man to hate woman. So the question would be is, how do you get rid of the hate? In order to get rid of the hate, you have to know where the hate comes from, where the hate started. So these are the things we're going to be talking about today. Our talk won't start until 2 p.m., until 2 p.m. Mountain time, that would be 5. Eastern time. My mind is, I got some things in my mind that need to be taken care of. But that's going to be our talk. How do we get rid of the hate so that we can coexist with one another? What is it that needs to be done? How do we tell the ones that are for salvation from the ones that are not? How do we tell the difference between the ones that truly want different and are willing to sacrifice so that they can have that from the ones that just want to say that they're a part of it, but only in word only, not in deed? Well, the ones that are ready to walk in deed, because it takes change within oneself. And as one begin to change, those who are changing themselves, they will walk together because they're all walking that same path. That path to newness, to oneness. It's a narrow path, and only few find it. Only few. Anyway, peace and love to all. We thank y'all for joining us today. We thank you for coming in. We want to let you know that we are ready to get back on and get back into the conversations of us as a people and what we need to do. You don't have to take my word for it, but you can go out and test and see if what I'm saying is true. Test it. Don't just trust it, test it. That way you'll know for sure. Hey, peace and love.